Decoding Relationship Red Flags, a guide for men. Tired of dating that leaves you feeling drained and confused? Ever wondered why some connections fizzle out despite initial sparks? But what if I told you that often, the warning signs are there from the very beginning? Today, we're diving deep into the critical red flag behaviors that women often recognize as signs of potential trouble. Understanding these can be an absolute game changer for you, shifting you from confusion to clarity, and empowering you to build relationships based on respect and genuine connection. Welcome back to Male Psychology Insights. If you're serious about understanding relationship dynamics and leveling up your dating game, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Let's talk about a dynamic that drives guys crazy, the dreaded hot and cold. This is about something far more fundamental. I'm talking about that gut-wrenching inconsistency that leaves you feeling anxious and unsure. One week, she's all over you, texting you constantly, planning dates, making you feel like the only guy in the world. The next? Radio silence. She takes hours to reply, seems distant, and cancels plans last minute. Consistent, genuine interest doesn't look like that. This kind of push-and-pull behavior isn't about her being busy or flaky. It's a tactic, whether conscious or not, that creates a power imbalance in the relationship. This hot and cold dynamic effectively keeps you chasing, constantly trying to regain her attention and affection. It keeps you guessing, never quite sure where you stand. And that uncertainty, it's addictive. From a woman's perspective, this inconsistency is a major red flag. It often signals a lack of genuine interest or worse, a deliberate attempt to maintain control and keep you as an option without fully committing. It erodes trust and makes it incredibly difficult to establish real emotional intimacy. This next red flag is a classic, and it's a sign of a completely imbalanced dynamic. Have you ever felt like you were more of a service than a partner? Like you were there to fulfill her needs, but your needs were never a priority? This is about a pattern of behavior where she only reaches out when she wants something specific. It might be needing help moving, fixing something, borrowing money, or even just needing an ego boost. Think about the last time she contacted you out of the blue. What was the reason? Was it to see how you were doing, to share something about her day, or to simply connect? Or was there an ulterior motive, a need that needed to be met? This only calls when she needs something scenario establishes a transactional dynamic that's toxic for any relationship. It reduces your interactions to a series of transactions where you become a resource to be tapped into rather than a partner or even a genuine friend. Essentially, it suggests a fundamental lack of care for your well-being and a prioritization of her own needs above all else. Psychologically, being on the receiving end of this can be incredibly damaging to your self-worth. Let's talk about a situation that can be incredibly confusing and frustrating, when she avoids commitment while keeping you emotionally and physically close. It's like being stuck in a perpetual state of limbo, never quite sure where you stand. This is a classic tactic used by people who are afraid of vulnerability or who want to keep their options open. They might enjoy the benefits of your attention, affection, and companionship, but they're unwilling to take the emotional risk of a committed relationship. She might use vague language about the future, constantly changing the subject when you try to define the relationship. She might resist labels like boyfriend or girlfriend, preferring to keep things ambiguous. And she might be reluctant to integrate you into significant parts of her life, like introducing you to her family or close friends. This lack of commitment creates an unstable foundation that breeds insecurity and anxiety. It keeps you in a constant state of waiting and hoping, which can be emotionally exhausting. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who is excited to call you their partner, someone who is eager to build a life together. Don't settle for anything less than that. This next red flag might seem subtle, but it speaks volumes about the underlying dynamics of your relationship. Pay close attention to how her friends treat you. While some initial awkwardness is normal when you're first getting to know your partner's inner circle, consistent disrespect, exclusion, or negativity from her close friends is a major red flag that shouldn't be ignored. Now you might think, well, they're her friends, not mine. I can't control how they feel. And while that's partly true, the way a woman's friends treat you can be a surprisingly accurate barometer of her underlying feelings and the relationship's potential. Our friends tend to reflect our own values and standards, so if her friends are consistently disrespectful or dismissive towards you, It often indicates that she has either presented you negatively to them, or that they perceive a lack of genuine respect from her towards you. They might sense that she doesn't value your opinions, that she puts you down in private, or that she doesn't see a real future with you. Social validation is incredibly important in relationships. A partner who truly values you will want their friends to see what they see in you. Now that we've explored some of these common red flags, you might be thinking, okay, this is all a bit overwhelming. What do I do with this information? First, remember that knowledge is power. Recognizing these red flags is the first step towards protecting your emotional well-being and ensuring that you're investing in relationships that have the potential for genuine connection and happiness. The next crucial step is understanding how to respond when you encounter these behaviors. If you find yourself consistently experiencing these red flags in your interactions with a woman, it's essential to have honest and direct conversations about your needs and boundaries. Don't be afraid to express how these actions make you feel. Pay close attention to her response when you open up. Is she receptive to your feelings? Does she acknowledge the validity of your concerns? Is she willing to make an effort to change her behavior? Remember, you deserve to be with someone who not only hears your concerns but also respects them and is willing to work with you to create a more fulfilling and balanced relationship. Look, navigating the world of dating and relationships can be challenging, but it doesn't have to be a minefield of confusion and hurt. By understanding these red flags, you're not just protecting yourself from potential heartache, you're becoming a more conscious and empowered dater. You're taking control of your romantic destiny. Have you experienced any of these red flags in your own relationships? What did you learn from those experiences? Share your stories and advice in the comments below. Your insights can be incredibly valuable to others who might be going through something similar. If you found this deeper dive helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Male Psychology Insights for more in-depth explorations of relationship dynamics and male psychology. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.